I've never watched it all the way through, but I know it's a long fucking movie.
I'm 82 years old and I have to go to bed at 10. Fuck you!
Rip a finger off and shove it up my ass.
You always talk about the Fanboy Fight Club. Happy New Year, fanboys and girls. Welcome to our first edition of 2017 of the Fanboy Fight Club podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube right now, please do us a quick favor and click on the subscribe button for us and subscribe to our channel. That way we can keep doing these podcasts and keep getting more subscribers and actually look like we're doing something right. So tonight we're going to preview what we're going to look forward to in 2017 in games, television, movies, and also just kind of overall our personal resolutions or what we're hoping is going to change from the previous year. So but before we get into that, my name's Jason. I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the club. Joining us live from Arizona, we got Jake. His New Year's resolution this year is to find something that he's not mad at. Sitting together, live from Jamar's house, we got Jamar, whose New Year's resolution is to buy as many Apple products as possible, and Mike, whose New Year's resolution is to find a new home. Poor guy. And, of course, just because he hates it, and I always have to fit it into every podcast, we have our ultimate barista, Wes, whose New Year's resolution is to have a new house built, paid for by hipsters and suburban housewives.
And it's 2017's New Year. Spoiler alert, I love that. I love Call Me Ultimate Barista.
Okay, I'll do that every episode. We'll find new creative ways to put it in there.
He said, we're just going to go, we're going to meme every picture he has on Facebook, right? And just paint him like Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
What about if I'm not a barista anymore?
Well, they would have to.
Then we'll still call you Ultimate Barista because it's still the house that Frappuccino's built.
Yeah. Coming from the house. Okay. I just have a kind of a thing to just say, like, I'm just kind of tired of people saying Happy New Year's. It's January 9th.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Jason, with your cheery ass Happy New Year.
This is our New Year's episode, Jamar, so we're going to have to wish people Happy New Year's. It's the first episode we're on in the New Year, so deal with it.
I mean, it's not like we tried to do this last week, but we couldn't.
My gosh, exactly. My word. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Like I said before, we're going to kind of simplify these podcasts and not be so long and drawn out. So we're going to move right into our first topic, which is going to be games. So we're going to start with Wes, since he's got a list in front of him. Wes, what games are you looking forward to in the new year?
Well, I actually think there's a lot of good games coming out this year. Not that last year was bad. Shut the fuck up. Jason, shut the fuck up. Anyways, we were talking before the podcast started how Q1 is going to be phenomenal for gaming. Hopefully they announce a bunch of games coming out the rest of the season, the holiday season for this year, because it's looking pretty thin for the holiday season. So games this year I'm excited for. Resident Evil 7, right off the bat. Comes out here in just a few weeks. Looks like it's going to go back to the core. It's going to be dark. It's going to be scary. They're bringing back herbs, which is great. I'm very excited for that game.
Those nice herbs.
And you smoke them in this game. It's kind of exciting. The next game would be South Park Fractured Butthole. God, that's so fun to say. Because Stick of Truth was incredible. And this looks to even up that ante. And Trey Parker and Matt Stone said they read all the feedback from the last game, and they applied it to this one. And that game's going to be fucking great. Another one is Left Field, but it's Yooka-Laylee. Because I love Rare. All the games they made, Banjo-Kazooie is great, Conker's Bad Fur Day is great, even Battletoads is great. They've made a ton of great games. And this is the original Rare group, so they have Yooka-Laylee coming out. And from demos and such, they say it still has the adult humor, and that's what I'm really excited about.
Oh, it's the reincarnation of Banjo-Kazooie, 100%.
It's going to be awesome. Another one is Insomniac's Spider-Man game. I don't know anything about it. As soon as I know more, I'll be excited about it. But it looks great. I love Spider-Man games. They play great. And if anyone's going to make a great Spider-Man game, it's going to be Insomniac. The last game I have is for a new system. It's for the Switch. So I'm not really excited about the Switch, but I'm excited for a brand new 3D Mario game. So the last one was Galaxy 2, and they keep releasing side-scroller Marios. And I love my Mario games. So if they release on launch a brand new 3D Mario game, I'll buy the fucking Switch. You heard it here, Nintendo. I'll buy it.
They are releasing a Mario game at launch. This is the first system since the N64 that's going to have a Zelda game and a Mario game at launch.
Well, then I'll buy
Joke's
it.
on you. They're only going to send each store 5 of them. You'll still find it.
So, I mean, can we discuss
systems
this
you can
Mario?
pre-order. Like Best Buy, you could pre-order the systems, so you can pretty much guaranteed one on day. And you don't have to wait outside. You just show up when they open.
The Mario looks like it's going to be a Mario 64 and not like a Mario Galaxy, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited for that. But those are I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out this year. Again, that's a shitty title. I'm going to throw that out there. I don't think it's coming out this year, but if it does, that's on there.
I mean, we all know
I would
it's
say
called Redder and Deader. I mean, like just go with the Fast and the Furious fucking naming system.
Red 2.
2 red, 2 dead.
I mean, it's
Too red
technically
to die. God.
Technically, it's the third Red Dead game. There's Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption, so it doesn't make sense. Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Revenge, like I said, would have been a
Maybe
great.
they don't count that one.
It's Redder and Deader. That's what they need.
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver
Dumber
wasn't
and Dumber,
the same.
Dumberer and Dumber.
Is it 2 Red, 2 Dead?
Well, let's just say this.
There you go.
Let's just replace Red Dead for Spider-Man because I think Red Dead has a better chance than Spider-Man.
Oh, for
I
coming out this
really
year?
hope-
You're probably right.
Yeah.
This year?
I really
don't
hope
think
it
that-
does come out, but I think Red Dead's going to be more likely
you're
than
right.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like announce more information at E3 and then release, but
I mean, we have
It's tough.
gameplay footage of Spider-Man. We don't have anything of Red Dead except for a poster.
did you see the
Well,
trailer?
yeah, but it's
I don't know.
It's
They say
They
it's
had
Rockstar.
the trailer, man.
It's Rockstar and Take-Two, and I stated this before. They don't release titles unless they're ready to release the game.
Right.
But I mean, they have delayed them in the past. Like Grand Theft Auto 4 was delayed, so we'll see what
A
happens.
lot. And then they delayed online 3 times.
That's true. Online didn't come out for like
They're like,
a year.
it's going to be out like 3 weeks after the game launches. It's going to be great. And then 6 months later, it's like, hey guys, it's finally on PS3.
And we're gonna have heists, and then we're gonna delay those for 2 years.
After it comes out on the new system, and
That's
you buy
very
it.
true. That's very true. I didn't know. Wasn't aware of that. Yeah, sad. Yeah,
Something
but
that still has us.
we still all in the system. All in the game. So
Yeah,
it worked.
I mean, we were playing it just last week, so I mean, I can't really say much about that. All right, so let's move on to Jake. What are you excited for? Anything different on your list than Wes's, or
Yeah,
anything that you
so-
didn't like on Wes's list?
The ones that he didn't really pick up on that I'm excited about is Horizon Zero Dawn, because I know you mentioned that you were afraid of who's making it, but looking at it, it looks like a mix between Far Cry and Shadow of Colossus, and I'm in. Like just the fact that
Looks
it's
badass.
a little bit of Shadow of Colossus climbing up those giant creatures to get something like stab it in the top of the head. I'm in. I'm 100% in. So I have that one, and then there's actually an indie game that I'm really looking forward to, just stylistically and everything. It's called Cuphead. That's coming out second quarter, and that one I'm going to spend hours and hours on because it's just going to be. It reminds me a lot of the older arcade games, and with the style of being like a 1920s cartoon, I'm in on that one.
If
too.
it's not delayed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not delayed
again.
yet. So I would definitely mention those two on top of what he listed. Not that I'm not looking forward to the ones he listed, but yeah, those are the two. I am looking forward to For Honor. I think I'll put a lot of time into that one online, but it kind of depends on how awful it is to play. I feel like there's going to be a lot of cheese and a lot of trolls, and it might kill the game before it gets taken off, before it really takes off and has a big enough player base to be fun online. So we'll see.
Here's what I'll say about Horizon. Right, I have not liked a Killzone game at all. I haven't liked one, not even a little bit. I fucking hate all of them. But with that being said, I hate all Tom Clancy's games, all of them. I can't stand them. And I will say that The Division was probably my favorite game of last year, and I can't stop playing it. So
How do you
they
hate
can change my
Rainbow
mind.
Six Vegas?
Can we just
How
discuss
did
that
even
he didn't
happen?
care about this game until like 2 weeks ago because he was so obsessed with 7 Days that I bought it and he hasn't played with me more than
Oh,
twice.
here goes the cat fight.
True.
We're gonna skip that situation because
Because,
there's
like,
something more.
it was like $7.
disappointing.
Yeah, but I bought it to play with you. You played with me twice, built your goddamn tower, and then you jumped on the bandwagon of this stupid game and abandoned me.
Bandwagon, we've been playing this game for a year, so it's not bandwagon, it's just a really long bus.
It's a fucking short bus.
I'm just excited they came back to the division because I thought we were never going to play that game again.
Still has the hope of getting this platinum too.
No, it wasn't.
And he's never going to though, because you guys never in the dark zone in like 6 without him.
We did. He almost got someone.
He almost killed his two rogues.
So, I'm curious. Like, what did you hate about Killzone? Like that would translate into because I mean, me personally, I thought Killzone, the first one for PlayStation 2 was kind of like The one PlayStation 3, Killzone 2, was awesome. Like, Killzone 3 was really cool. Killzone Shadowfall was an awesome game. I mean, if you don't like shooters, but you do like shooters.
I think
I
got overshadowed.
Like,
I think
Call of Duty shooters, where you can just sprint through and be like, pow, pow, pow. Where Killzone's a lot more, like, slow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I like
Killzone
Sniper
games
Ghost
came out.
Warrior.
Yeah, but that's sniping. That's not the same.
It's slow.
Yeah, but it's not like running around
fighting
slow.
your logic there. You're saying he doesn't like because it's slow. That's a slow one.
Let's
But
see
that's
this.
really
Let's see
not,
this.
because you're just sitting there setting up a shot. It's not like you're
I
running
just thought they
around
were
rapid
shitty games. Like I got that.
Can you at least say that they were beautiful? They were
I-
amazing American games. Like,
I
they
think
were a
they're
showcase of
like
hardware.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but that
shit.
just shows that's super
If
important.
the
for me.
gameplay is shitty, then it doesn't matter how it looks, Jamar.
But it has great gameplay as well. I don't think
I
you
wouldn't put
remember
any of the
right
Killzone games. I would not put a single Killzone game in the top 3 shooters that came out the same year. I would struggle to put them in the top 5 shooters of the same year that those games.
There's
Were there
5 shooters that
there had
came-
5
I'm
shooters that
confused.
was on 3?
Like, I got that newest
Killzone
Killzone for
Shadow
free.
was
And I put it in, and I was like,
a launch game.
I got it for free.
Shooter
Like,
that year was
I
Call
don't
of
know.
Duty.
I thought that the weapons are
You
amazing.
guys keep arguing about this. I need a water.
Weapons, like the story is actually
Use the
pretty cool.
podcast.
Like the lore of it, it's awesome. It just has more.
It's like space Nazis.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't know.
Except for instead of invading Poland, they invade another fucking planet.
and I got it for free. If I would have paid money for it, I would have been pissed at my. I would
I
have tried to
still
return
have
that
it
shit.
to this
I
day.
would have made people
So
return.
awesome, such an awesome game. But my whole point is that they have the ability to make a stylistic game. I didn't mean pretty as in like there's so many pixels is amazing, but the style they can take something and make a really beautiful game. So that does matter. A lot of games, even if it's ukulele, it may not be the like most amazing looking game. Cuphead, for example, is going to be a 2D like drawn game, but there's a sense of style to it, and I think they have the pedigree with that. So Horizon's going to be amazing in that regards. Plus, like he said, I think you got to add on Tomb Raider elements into that too, of like the crafting and things like that. I don't understand. This game's going to be absolutely amazing, and if it's not, I'm still going to say it.
And it's like Turok with robots.
Let's just say
Say
that
Bob
Jamar are
Fish, all
agreeing
over
on
you.
how good this game is going to be, so that should
Which
just go.
that
for
means a lot. Right?
I feel like that just means it's going to be terrible now because you guys don't agree on anything.
No, but what do we do?
I feel like it has to be terrible just to spite the two of you.
Game's going to be amazing.
And I don't want it to be terrible.
Please be terrible.
It's going to be.
All right. So let's get a list from Tweedledee and Tweedlehomeless over there.
He's not going to cut that down.
I
So
thought you already got a list. Gave him your list.
no, I didn't go. You weren't even
You're
prepared.
just
Get out of here.
arguing with mine.
He doesn't even have a list here. So I'm trying to look on here. There's a few things that we didn't hit on. Mass Effect Andromeda. I have a feeling, obviously, it's probably should be coming out. I'm excited for it because I've like played bits and parts of like Mass Effect games, but I never actually sat down and just played one through. Obviously, everyone says they're amazing, so I'm excited to actually try it for the first time.
So you're excited
They
for
were
a game
free. They were free.
because
like,
they were amazing, but
I
you
remember
never
Lego.
made it through.
No, it's not that I didn't make it through. As in, like I was playing, it was like, oh god, this is so boring. It was just like there's other things pulling me in different directions. That's all. So I'm excited
Jamar,
to
go
have
to
some.
Steam. Go download Steam. I guarantee your Mac can
stop
play
it,
them.
Stop it. No, Steam is not happening. I'm going to play Andromeda. It's a new game. I don't have to go back to the old ones. I'm cool. This is going to be a good experiment for me.
Don't
if
they
I
have
buy
a
it and I hate
collection
it,
for the PS4 you can get?
I don't want to play an old game. That's the whole point. I want to play a new one.
You play fucking Grand Theft Auto with us. That's like the oldest game
I
possible.
mean, let's admit, all these remasters are bullshit. Quit trying to
Right.
double
I
dip
don't-
on me. Come
Right,
on.
I'm not playing a remaster.
No, I mean,
I'm
I'm
okay
not
with-
talking about the remaster.
double
Like,
dipping.
they
I'm
legit,
okay
you
with
can get the original ones on Steam, at least 1 and 2, And Mass Effect 3 was free on Origin a couple weeks ago, and you can get
Yeah.
1 and 2 for like $6 a pop on
I
Steam.
mean, if
Like,
you want to
it's
take a
worth it.
good nap, buddy, get them. Get them. You will fall
I'm just
asleep.
I'm gonna stick with this one, just like Final Fantasy, which I would love to get back into, but I actually have to go buy it. But this is like it takes a genre that maybe I haven't like spent a lot of time in, and it's cool to like jump in and see if I like it. So that's on my list. Number 2,
On this one.
Crash remake or the Insane trilogy. That is gonna be so much fun.
Wait,
I can't
wait,
wait.
you both were just like, no
It's
more
new.
remakes.
It's new. It's new.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Same level's
said
just prettier.
Question.
I said the abundance of remakes. There's like there's remakes for everything now.
Question. Excuse me. When did excuse
you
me.
go.
when did the first Mass Effect come out?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it was what, Xbox 360 or was it Xbox just
No,
original?
it was Xbox 360. It was
Okay.
like
Crash come out.
it was probably like 2008,
PlayStation 1.
2000.
Yeah, okay.
PS2.
And when did Crash originally come out? PlayStation 1, right?
First
So
time.
it's been how long since the Crash?
And you're telling me, one, that you don't have a PS1?
Nope, don't.
Well,
I
then-
have 2. If you want one, I have a second one.
No, but it's awesome to play this game, and like they're keeping it very true to the actual game. They're like,
Because it's literally the exact same game. They
Exactly.
just rebuilt it. That's it. They
That's
did.
awesome.
The levels are the same fucking thing. It's
That's
it's
awesome.
an
Why
HD
change it?
remake, but they
I don't
actually
know.
did the
Yeah.
part.
I change it.
I don't
I
know how
change it.
much nostalgia is going to fight on that one. You know what I mean? Like I think it'll be fun, but I think it won't be a game that you sink as many hours as you did in the first place.
Wrong. I'm gonna beat all 3 of them. Try and go for a platinum.
I mean,
anyways,
I just played those the other day on the PlayStation 1.
I mean,
I started to, and then I realized, wait a minute, if
PS3.
you're coming out with this, why don't I just wait? So that's what I'm doing. Waiting for that. No one else got shit for the list. If you guys are watching, I'm the only one getting shit for my list.
I haven't seen you
Another
shit
item.
because you both were
Another
like,
item.
remakes are meh. I don't want old games. And you fucking next the oldest fucking game you could have.
I'm talking about going back.
of them.
Right. So this is my thing. I was saying that I don't want to play an old game to catch up to the current state of the genre. Andromeda, from spoilers, I guess, from what I understand, like everyone dies in like Mass Effect 3, right? It's like a
I don't know, they
real
remake
Not-
endings.
yeah, it's a completely separate storyline, just in the same universe.
right. So now I can jump into it. It's
Well,
literally a different
Same
universe, right?
different galaxy, even I think.
Oh,
it's-
galaxy.
Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, because it's in Germany. Anyways, so yeah, that's my whole point. But Crash is something that's near and dear to me. That's one of the games that I played, like, here and out. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it, play it in 4K. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm
Next
not
game.
saying I like it and I'm gonna buy it. I'm just giving you shit because you
This is
both.
why we're an hour and a half long. Most
Exactly. I can't even get through my list here. Okay, Wildlands.
This was a mile
If
long.
Wildlands is the Division, but like in the jungle, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. That's gonna be so awesome. I just Wildlands is gonna be an amazing game. I hope we actually all play it. Or no,
I'm in.
Jason and Wes. Well, maybe
always
Jake.
is.
No, I might
ask-
not, depending on
I'll
how
play
it
it.
is.
I'll
you know.
probably get that one. I don't know how I'll play it, but
I might not.
On my list, Uncharted 4, Lost Legacy, getting the story of Nadine. That's gonna be really cool. And then visiting Chloe again. Awesome. You hush your mouth. Another list on there, I just put Nintendo Switch in general because Nintendo is just coming out with a new console, and I've pretty much bought
Again.
every single one, and
Again.
each one has disappointed me. I'm just hoping the Switch
It's-
changes
I mean,
that.
I'm
It's
going-
already a joke, so that's fine.
I really should add I'm going to add Breath of Wild onto my list because we
Right.
all know that I'm going to play the
Yes.
fuck out of that game. It could
There's
be
a new
trash and I'll play
Zelda-
the fuck out of it, and it won't be. But
Well, guess what? There's a new Zelda, and it's not gonna have any kind of like weird motion controls.
right?
Crossing my fingers.
right.
Yeah. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. And last on my list is VR. I'm excited to see now the developers that actually have it. They're selling. There's a lot of them out there. I'm excited to see what developers can actually do because a lot of things that we've gotten is like cool experiences that I've loved, enjoyed, and had a lot of fun with. But now it's like cool to see you got Resident Evil coming out with their
Oh,
full
yeah.
VR
Rogue
in it.
Squadron. Rogue Squadron.
Yes, as well. I literally, I don't think I talked about this, but I went and got Battlefront just to play the experience, and that was the most happiness I had playing VR. Being inside an X-wing, it was amazing. It was overwhelming nostalgia. It was awesome. But I'm just excited to see like if the developers are going to actually like start pushing the boundaries. Maybe it's been out long enough, so now people aren't like, oh, my tummy hurts when I play VR. Oh, it's been like 3 months. We're talking about 2017, not
This is just natural selection. Whoever gets sick, we know who to take out.
Exactly. Just kill yourself. If you can't play VR, just go.
Yeah,
moving on.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's our list for 2017. You probably don't understand. No one probably knows what it is because everything I said, someone said something. But it's all good. It's all good.
This might be a good time to insert a disclaimer that the views of some of the Fanboy Fight Club members are not necessarily expressed by all of the Fanboy Fight Club members.
Get motion sickness, kill yourself. But then, all the other horrible things said on here is okay. Still on.
Yeah, because what we say is usually just racist, sexist, or some other terrible thing.
Okay.
Shame on you.
I'm just trying to make
shame on you.
Trying to make human civilization better. If you can't handle VR,
Is it though?
bye.
Because I feel like the only people who won't get affected by that are like maybe 5 people who actually have it, and then a bunch of hillbillies who can't afford it. And you're gonna have nothing but the South running.
He just called people.
I mean, I'm one of those hillbillies that can't afford it. And when I played it, it didn't bother me. It didn't make me.
You can't.
nauseous.
It's not that you can't afford it because you're a hillbilly. You can't afford it because you have children.
Well, yeah, but still.
You can't afford it because you didn't pull out. There's a difference.
You're still paying for some of your mistakes there. So.
My
I
kids are
didn't
not
get it
mistakes.
funny.
They're accidents, not mistakes.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Mike.
Let's hear Mike's
Let's
list.
go with your.
I'm not going to pull out the list of Jericho that's going to last for the next hour and a half.
Wes had more things on his list than I did.
Yeah, but
I
it
named
took him 30 seconds. It took you an hour and a half.
because you wouldn't shut up.
Yes, you made stupid points.
Even after Mike finds a better place to live, you guys still have to do this together. It's so much fun.
So much fun.
20 minutes in. 20 minutes in.
Come on, jeez.
So yes, I'm going to narrow it down to my top
It's on the
3.
first topic.
Yes, you might have to eliminate 1 or 2. My top 3 are going to be Spider-Man.
Sucks.
And it will
not coming out.
You can go fuck yourself.
You're looking the wrong way. You're telling the wall to go fuck
You can go
itself.
fuck yourself.
There you go.
God damn.
Come on, let's go, man.
I'm gonna mute. Just go ahead.
My second. I'm just waiting for it.
You're gonna make him cry. He's gonna cry. He's literally crying over there.
My second is gonna be Zelda, and I'll probably buy the Switch for that.
Where are you gonna get the money for that?
Drugs.
Yeah, probably selling some organs, maybe get in shape and be a stripper.
Back
I don't know.
changes.
Get in shape and be a stripper.
He has to solve
And
his
my
homeless problem
third.
first.
Wait, what? What did you say?
So you have to solve your homeless problem first.
No, you can be
Be
a
a stripper and be
now.
homeless?
No,
And
before you
plus
get a
the
Switch,
Switch
you're
is-
just gonna be walking
No.
around the street with a Switch in your
Oh,
car.
hello, it's handheld.
Although they did say it runs like shit when it's in the handheld mode, so I'm gonna put it
That
up
doesn't
there.
surprise me. Anyway, my third pick is going to be Marvel vs. Capcom. While I have concerns about the characters they're going to choose and the fact now it's 2 people instead of 3 per team, it's still going to be so fucking awesome, and I'm excited. And I bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
You play fighting games?
Yes.
Didn't the first
Swat-
one, not Marvel vs. Capcom?
That's the guy who's going to spend $60 on a game that came out 20 years ago.
Why do you care if it has 1 less character? Like 3 characters is quite a lot. Like,
But that's how it's
just
played
the-
since
yeah,
all the way back in
it's
the
balancing
arcade.
issues too. Once you eliminate one more character, you have you're essentially making a different game system, and you're doing different balancing issues that come with it. But didn't Marvel All Stars have, or whatever the first one was? It's not Marvel vs. Capcom. It's the one right before that. I think that one was 2 people on each side.
I think it was, yeah, but then they did Marvel vs. Capcom, and it's always been 3 people. They're changing the formula, damn it, I don't like it.
So you fell asleep during Mass Effect. What do you do when you when someone's playing Marvel vs. Capcom, Wes?
what are you talking about?
Like you fell asleep when people play Mass Effect, or when you play Mass Effect. Are you a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom?
I mean, I'd rather play my Mortal Kombat games.
I did see there's a new Tekken game coming out. Any old
Tekken
Tekken
7,
fans
yeah.
that
I like Tekken.
That's
might enjoy
Tekken's
that.
gotten
Tekken 3 is
so,
still my
like,
favorite.
far above and beyond for technical aspects of it that you're just like, I want a little bit more. I want Virtua Fighter to come back and the clunky ass fucking like physics and engine that shit had. That's what I want to come back. But
As long as I can pick Eddie and breakdance and beat shit out of people while breakdance, I'm good to go.
or Gone, the fucking raptor.
Oh, dude, I love fucking
Oh,
Tekken 3.
goodness.
Shit.
Now all I can think about is Soul Calibur and how we haven't seen that in like forever.
We're getting Marvel
How
versus
about Killer Instinct?
That's
Oh,
out.
Killer
Yeah,
Instinct.
this-
It's actually
Pretty
solid.
I like the
Clay
Clay
original.
It's on
Fighters?
Xbox, so-
What about that? Is it, was
Clay
it
Fighters. I still have that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking Snowman. I remember. Yeah, it was weird. All right.
There's a
Alright.
there's a fighting game
Alright,
out there
next
called
topic.
Balls, by the
So,
way.
so we're gonna move on.
I like
There's
balls
There's
fighting.
Ragdoll Kung Fu on
They're
PS2.
made out of balls, literally. Look it up.
Like testicles or actual
No,
different
no, like
balls?
just like
I
round
think your
spherical
I
balls.
think your
Okay.
scrotum's just.
I'm just like, man, that's just really awkward. Just teabagging everybody.
That can be our first Fanboy Fight Club game.
Yes. All right. Anyway.
Like models of all of our balls.
Well, I'm
So
out
what
of
you're-
group.
Uh,
Okay.
wait, it's your house. He has to leave.
That's true.
No, you chose the left. It's my house now. I claim this territory.
Homeless
I'll be in the
anymore.
corner and mark it.
All right, so everything I'm excited for is coming out in the first quarter. So Resident Evil 7, Ghost Recon, I'm excited about. I love tactical shooters, and everything else is stuff that could get delayed till next year. So I guess I'm just gonna have to
You
hold
mean
out.
everything that's coming out this year.
That Spider-Man game I actually am excited about. But so let's move on to movies. So there's gonna be some new movies released in 2017. So there's some big titles that have been announced already, and I'm sure there'll be some that kind of get thrown in. So aside from Lego Batman, what else is everybody excited to see? Let's
Why
start
don't you
with.
check out Lego Batman?
Yeah, I was like,
that's
what?
I'm excited for
super
Lego
fun.
No, I
Batman.
think that was the universal. We all want to see Lego Batman.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
all right, cool. Well, let me cross that off my list then. There we go.
All right, so
Yeah, let me work
who
that
wants to
up.
start? Who wants to start this one? Jake, you want to start this one?
Yeah,
Movies.
I'll go. I'll go off.
Our trailer.
I'm keeping all of my lists short to like one or two things. There are a lot of movies that I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, Naked Man.
The big two that I want to see are the Dark Tower movie that is being made with Idris Elba, based on the Stephen King novels, and then the other one I really want to see is the Valerian movie that's based on the manga or the graphic novel, not manga. It's from France, but that has Dane DeHaan and that both those movies I'm going to be blown away by the entire time. There are countless other movies that are coming out that I want to see, but those two are the big two for me right now. Oh, and Ghost in the Shell, which I might get to see tomorrow. Just throwing that out there.
You should be live tweeting from the FBFC podcast Twitter if you go to see the movie tomorrow.
If I get to go see
Yes,
it, they're going
that's
to take
true.
away my phone. So, like, that's
Well,
legit.
before you go in and afterwards.
You need to do a react video, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just me
There you
talking
go.
to myself. I can do that.
yeah.
that's cool. Just don't do that. Like, hey guys.
Yeah, don't put yourself in multiple boxes.
Um,
That was great.
so I'm not going to keep my list short because this is a huge year for movies. Like I was going through the list. So I made it 10. Well, now it's 9 because Lego Batman's off the list. But I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm
I
going to make it pretty
replace
quick.
something.
What?
I'm surprised you didn't replace it with something.
Replace it with The Fate of the Furious since Vin Diesel does a heel turn.
Fuck that movie. Okay.
I'm still mad that they don't, like, in the title of that movie, it's not F8 for fate. It's just the word fate. And I'm like, why? Why? You guys got the hashtag right, but you can't fucking make the title right?
That's what bothers you.
Yes.
That
That
is
is the
make
biggest. I've stopped caring about what happens in those movies. You just watch it to have a shit-eating grin on your face the whole time. Like, yeah, a submarine is chasing people on a ice lake. Okay, like, you can't think
Whenever
about
we
that
talk
shit.
about
You
how
just let it
fucked
happen.
up and the chronological order of the movie titles are, that's when I'll start talking about Fast and Furious because they make no sense. So, okay, so
Yeah, that's all.
All right, go ahead. Well, sorry.
well, because it makes no sense. It's like Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, then just Fast and Furious, and then I don't know, it's all
Fast
fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, majority, the only one that's out of order is you take Tokyo Drift and you put it right after, is it 6 or 7?
I'm talking about the
No,
titles.
it's a cool. Oh,
So
just
you're bothered by the titles?
Yeah, because they make no goddamn sense. Just make it fucking
Well,
uniform.
because it wasn't.
All right, wait. He has like a list here. We gotta.
Oh
get
yeah,
to
we
it.
have to actually get through this.
It's a quick list.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list. Movie I'm really excited for this year, Kingsman 2. I love the first one.
Yes.
I love Matt Vaughn. Very excited for Kingsman 2. Plus, Channing Tatum is in it. Gotta cool myself down. Okay, anyways. Kong Skull Island. Come on. That movie looks fucking great. War for Planet of the Apes. That movie series is incredible, and they keep getting better. This looks great. I'm kind of weird about Woody Harrelson being in it because it's Woody Harrelson. Not that I have a problem with him, but it just kind of pulls me out of that movie. Thor. I'm surprised Thor wasn't on Jake's list.
I wanted to keep all of them short, but Thor.
He was
on
too
my
busy
top
fucking a mountain.
10. No, like fucking Thor is going to be amazing. It's the the director is hilarious. I don't want to try to butcher his name, but if anybody hasn't seen What We Do in the Shadows, you need to go watch that and then realize how amazing he's going to be when he directs a Thor movie. Like,
I think people want to see what we do in the shadows.
Yeah. Unless it's Shadowfall, Guerrilla Games. Shout out.
Gross. The new Spider-Man movie. I want to see that. Logan looks fucking great. Like,
It would
I'm
be
really
terrible,
excited.
though.
I'm hoping it's not, but
Dude,
it
it's Last of Us. It's what it feels like.
It's gonna be a horror game.
Kinda.
No, it's Last of
Except
Us.
it's gonna be a horror movie.
Balls and
It's a
shivers,
horror
dude.
movie. Logan is a horror movie, guys.
No,
if it's
listen,
Last of Us,
Logan-
then it's a horror movie.
The Last of Logan.
Make the parallel. Logan
Best horror
is
movie
Joel.
ever.
Logan is Joel, and the girl is Ellie. You
Just
just look
Ellie
at
had
it.
claws and
But
was
all of a
his
sudden,
murder.
Joel
23,
can't die,
but,
and Ellie is actually a clone of Joel. That's weird.
Right. It's. I get.
Instead of zombies, they're just taking on dickheads who don't like mutants.
All right. So my top
While he
three.
takes care of his grandpa.
Keep going, Wes.
My top three. My top three for the year. Number 3 would be Alien Covenant. It's a brand new Alien movie. It's a brand new Alien movie. Come on.
So wait, now does that actually follow anything from Prometheus? Because I saw it had Fassbender in it. Is he?
Yeah,
It
he's
is,
in it.
the android
it is
again?
the sequel to Prometheus, yeah.
Okay, because Prometheus made like fucking no sense, and I spent like 3 hours of my life trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
It didn't
It
not make
makes
sense. It
sense,
just didn't
but
help.
It didn't make
anything.
sense to the story of Alien. Like, it was like, oh, we're on this
Yeah.
planet, this is how we discovered everything. But then it's like, oh, I'm going to chop off this robot's head and just wander off, and that's
Well,
the
it
end of the
actually
movie.
did
Spoiler
explain.
alert.
It actually did talk about how the xenomorphs adapt to whatever environment they're in, and that's why the current xenomorphs are the way they are. Is because they hit that planet and they hatch on that planet with those the native species, and then they infected the humans. So there's actually now human DNA in the covenant. Like it's intense.
It made
lore
sense.
based, but
Don't get me wrong,
you
it
have
had
to
like
know a lot about
things
all of
that
it
it
for
just it didn't flow.
The problem is the
it
problem with that
clunky
movie is
for
the
me.
characters are
Wait a minute.
idiots. That's
Can we
the
stop
problem with
humoring
that
him? He liked Batman versus Superman.
Hey,
Okay,
fuck you, you
so
did too.
let's go forward, man.
Which was nominated
for
Razzies,
Number
by the
2 is a movie that probably no one would guess what it is. It's Cult of Chucky. The reason being, fucking the Child's Play films are some of my best guilty pleasure films I can put in there. And Curse of Chucky, that released in 2013, was fucking great. So the 7th Chucky movie, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was super surprised with Curse of Chucky. I was like,
Now, Curse of
oh
Chucky
god,
was
this is gonna
so
be awful.
Because you like those movies, can you explain something to me? How the fuck are people getting killed by this toy? Like, it
That's the
just
best
breaks the. I
That's the best
can't
part.
watch it.
It's
It
a
makes
serial
no
killer.
sense
It's
to
a
me.
serial
No.
killer put into the body.
Yeah, he's
You
a serial
should
killer
watch-
spirit, but it's a toy. Just get a fucking blowtorch and it's done.
Well, he
Watch-
stalks
watch
most of the
movies,
people,
it
and a lot of
doesn't
people
usually
don't
happen,
know
yeah.
that he's alive. So
Go
he
watch the
plays like
Leprechaun.
he's a
If you want
toy.
to watch like ridiculous things, go watch the original Leprechaun when he kills somebody with a fucking pogo stick.
Yeah, that's true. I watch any of the Leprechauns. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You can pick the third one. The
Right.
third one's
Watch
great.
Thanksgiving.
What was this?
Thanksgiving.
In the Hood, the Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, Leprechaun
In the Hood, and then
I'm
back
here
to
for
the
my
Hood.
goat. It was a terrible movie.
But number 1, probably easy to guess, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You guessed it. The Guardians of the Galaxy is still my favorite Marvel movie, and I'm super excited for this. I love James Gunn. I love every movie he's made. Slither, which is phenomenal. He made Super, which is phenomenal, and Guardians of the Galaxy knocked it out of the park. So
I'm
those are my
super
movies.
surprised we have not seen Kurt Russell's character yet.
Yeah, they're gonna hide
who
that
know
one.
who he is. I'm super surprised we haven't seen a glimpse of him or something at least. I was like, oh, well, it's okay.
It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure.
All right, Mike. What about you?
I'm going to narrow it down to 5.
Since you have such an awesome taste in movies.
Justice League. I guarantee you 1 or 2 is going to be Justice League for him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be there.
First off, number 5 is going to be fucking Guardians of the Galaxy because I'm super excited for that, and it looks fantastic, just like the first one. And it looks like it's still gonna be funny, which was what I was worried about, is how they're gonna keep that same story entertaining for a sequel. I'm also excited to see how they're gonna, wrap things up before the Infinity War, because we still have 2 stones left that we need to find. Number 4 is Kingsman 2, because Kingsman is still, I'd say, my top 5 favorite movies of all time. It's so good.
I need to watch that.
It's great.
It's
Did you see the image that they released, Wes?
which one?
The one with the sunglasses that says the
Rumors of my death were
Yeah.
greatly exaggerated. Or rumors of my demise,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I'm
The-
so excited
The Mark
about
Twain
that.
quote.
yeah.
Top
Actually,
10,
it's
by the way. Top
Towards
10.
my death.
So there's that. Number 3 is going to be Old Man Logan, because granted it's probably going to suck. I'm still going to go see it, because I'm going to hope that maybe one day Fox will not rape my X-Men franchise. Maybe. And I think the thing that upsets me most about Old Man Logan is the fact that now Hugh Jackman's considering staying. After all of this being his last movie, he's now saying that he's rethinking it. And I'm like, no, I was so excited because as much as I love him, it means they can reboot everything and it not be him, and we get a proper Logan who's short and isn't like taller than all the other X-Men, which makes no fucking sense.
Who's
And-
hairier?
Yes,
Who?
fucking Tom Hardy.
Danny
That's who.
DeVito. Fucking put
Is Tom
Danny
Hardy
DeVito
not
over.
tall?
Danny DeVito was originally who they were going to cast before Hugh Jackman.
Hey, he's the Penguin. Leave him alone.
Is Tom Hardy not tall?
Did you not
pretty
watch
short.
Batman Dark Knight Rises?
Ben
Short
Affleck
as in,
is
like,
a taller dude
5'8",
though. Ben
or,
Affleck,
like,
isn't Ben
6'?
Affleck like 6'3"?
What? He wasn't in Dark Knight
Or
Rises.
not Ben
You're
Affleck.
talking Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Bale's
Like,
6'3", but
Yeah.
still, Tom Hardy isn't like a super tall dude. So even if he's only like 5'10" or something like that, that's
I
still
don't think
shorter than
Hugh
most of
Jackman's
the.
he
that
had-
tall. I don't think
I
Hugh
could never
Jackman's
understand
that
him, so I
tall.
don't
Hugh
think it's
Jackman's like fucking 6'3".
No, Hugh Jackman's
Yeah.
like 5'10".
No, he's not.
Oh.
Someone IMDb that shit.
Yeah, don't be
He's
Tom
6'2".
Hardy.
He's
Don't be
6'2".
Tom
Ha! Suck it.
That's still really
Wow,
tall.
that was fast, Jamar. Alright, keep going with your
iPhone
list.
7.
Well, no, we don't need to know his last one. If that was number 2, we already know
No,
what
that
the
was
fuck
number
his last
3.
one
Fuck
was.
you both.
That's number 3.
Tom Hardy's
Number
5'9".
2 is goddamn Justice League, and you can only do fucking hit.
Did you see that fucking promo photo they released of them walking off the fucking cargo plane like it's the fucking right stuff? Come on, like that's
Yes.
such a cheesy fucking photo. Like I swear to God, if that scene happens in the movie, I'm getting up and walking the fuck out.
I hope it does, just so you waste your money and walk out.
That means
Oh
he's
no, I'm
there.
not wasting money on that. I'm making someone else buy my ticket, or I'm seeing it for free.
Okay, I hope you waste someone else's money. I don't give a shit, because you'll still be giving them money.
I love how
Anyway.
Ben Affleck is rethinking. He's like, I fucked up. I shouldn't have signed up for this.
Right, the Batman movie. He's like, well, if it doesn't have a good script, I'm not doing it. You guys already put a release date out. Like you're running out of time. Like,
Well, now he's
No.
saying that the script's great.
Because he has to do the PR function
Yeah, he
that
has
Warner
to
Brothers fucking
backpedal.
pissed off.
Anyway, on to my number 1. I'm super excited about this. Is Spider-Man: Homecoming. So glad to finally see a Spider-Man franchise, and it's going to be young Peter, not I'm a senior in high
Like
school
young
and I'm
Peter.
you
He
like young
likes
Peter?
Peters.
fucking just walk
That
right
shoots
into that
webbing.
one. I deserve that.
Oh man.
Well,
Jamar's had the one-liners for that.
Well,
Next.
I'm really not surprised you're such a big Spider-Man fan, because I mean he is just kind of a walking pervert. Spiders have their genitals in their forearms, so when he goes around like
Yes,
shooting,
he's-
it's literally like, yeah, he's a sexual predator.
first of all, they would come out of his wrist. This isn't the shitty Tobey Maguire trilogy.
How
They cut
weird
off
would that
fucking
be?
web shooters that he makes.
He's like, oh.
It's gone, girl.
Alright, so Jamar,
Spider-Man,
let's hear yours.
Right? Yeah.
My list is
Terrible.
Guardians, Logan, Alien, Homecoming, Lego Batman, Ghost in the Shell, and Kingsman.
Would it be original?
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much everything everybody said, because movies are cool.
we'll have to do some Fanboy Fight Club outings that we can cancel the day of.
Yeah, the day of, because
Yeah.
you guys want to see it in 3D, but I don't like 3D, and then
I just like
you have to have
to
it
I
in
didn't have
XD,
either
and
of mine
we have to
on
do it
somebody
this
else's
time.
list. Oh, Jason still has to say his list.
Well, I was gonna, I really wasn't gonna say much because
Apparently, there's a Ring movie. Kristen kind of.
Oh, yeah, there's another ring.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm into
So
that.
this one's on YouTube.
Jason's probably excited
There's
for the
fucking
Jetsons
another
meets
Saw
the
movie coming out
WWE
this year,
movie.
guys.
I did
There's
see
another
that
Saw
too.
movie coming
Yeah,
out.
well, I wrote that down, but it's not announced yet.
So
It's
Like, I'll
Saw
seek
8
out if
Legacy.
there's
They have a
somebody.
title. Like, I mean,
There's some people talking. What's going on?
Saw movie. Was it Saw
Okay.
Legacy or?
Yeah, I wrote it down, but they haven't officially announced it, so I didn't say it.
all right, I don't really have much. I don't really have a list that's different from anything else that you guys had. I just want to get your opinion on a couple that you guys didn't mention. First, I saw a trailer and I'm seeing the poster for it on this page that I have up right now. But did you guys see the trailer for the new Cars movie? Like, I know I
Of
got
course I
kids, so I'm
saw
gonna
the
end up
You
seeing
see the
it.
trailer?
But didn't that actually
Dude,
look
trailer
interesting?
trash,
Because
dude.
Cars 2 was like completely terrible, but the third one looked kind of intriguing, like just by the little
I was
trailer that
pumped.
they had released on it.
I was pumped until they said that it's about millennials versus old people.
Oh shit! All right, well, that's kind of wrong.
Like, legitimately, the director's like, oh, well, it's a story about the young up-and-comers who have to push the old people out. And I'm like, oh my god, like, they're gonna make it about millennials and how, like, they're stuck up and they don't really deserve anything. Like, oh my god.
How does a car use a cell phone?
And
those
also-
cars have Snapchat.
I'm also really
Also,
Also,
it also
does.
brings up
I got, like,
weird
a fucking
things
selfie
because
stick with these
the new
reviews.
cars, the new, like, not necessarily villain, but the guy who's the new up-and-comer is specially designed for racing, and he's farther advanced technology-wise than Lightning. But does that mean the cars are evolving, or do they make themselves, or when they have babies, they, like, put parts together to design, like, their
We're
child
thinking too hard
car?
about
No,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Let's
how
not
we
go down that
put
rabbit
them in a
hole.
test tube to decide what gender. They fucking just
Build it.
choose what they want to add and just order the parts and make
no,
it.
I want my kid to have a 6-foot spoiler, guys.
So what we're talking about is you're all excited for Brazzers' version of Cars.
Oh god.
Holy shit!
I do want
Okay.
to see cars though.
I was also surprised that. Oh, sorry, Jamar. You can finish that thought.
No, I just I always like the Cars movies just because it's fun.
Even Cars 2?
I was really surprised that none of the four
It's
of
up to
you.
7 cars.
Really? So he
Yeah.
likes Cars too, but I'm the bad guy for liking Batman v Superman. You guys can go fuck
No,
yourselves.
The first two. What was wrong with the first Cars movie?
No,
Cars 2.
Oh, I thought you said the first two, like the first one and
No,
the
I
second
said
one.
Cars 2.
Oh,
The second one was terrible.
Well, it's Jamar. He's lovable.
it's a kids movie, so it doesn't have to be
It
good
was
to like
it was too much Larry the Cable Guy. So, all right. So anyway, I was really surprised that none of the four of you had episode 8 in your list.
Well, after Rogue One, I'm kind of just.
You shut your fucking mouth. It's
I
a
already
given.
know!
It's a given.
It is not my turtle's room.
No.
No,
I'll come back.
You're
it's,
fucking
episode
crazy.
8 is a given, and you know,
Yeah.
I know everybody like. It's such at the end of the year that I don't even consider it coming out in 2017. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know it is, but like it's going to be
We get hyped like in November.
super. Yeah,
I-
exactly.
Okay, I just want to defend myself for a second. I didn't think that Rogue One was a bad movie. It had a lot of problems, and it was very boring until you
All
got
of
to
the
the
Star
last.
Wars movies have a lot of problems. I don't
But not
fucking
this many
understand you
problems.
people.
'Cause
I
all
don't
the other
understand
ones
people
fucking
that
actually
are
build
like.
your characters. I didn't give a shit about anybody, even the lovable robot who beat a motherfucker up another motherfucker.
Wait, so Batman vs Superman had no problems?
What happened at
I never
the
said it
end?
didn't have any problems.
Did you stay to the end?
If
Yes,
you
it did.
go to
Okay,
a Star
so why
Wars
do you-
movie
I haven't
and
even
you
seen it in
expect
my
everything
head.
to make perfect sense and be tied up in a little fucking bow, you're watching the wrong fucking movie.
Yeah, I'd
I never
say.
said it didn't make sense.
If you want character development, you're watching the wrong fucking movie.
Really? Because all the other fucking Star Wars and stuff with the prequels. That's
What?
not
I'm
true.
sorry.
Their
I'm sorry.
characters-
I'm sorry, Mike. What's the story arc for Han Solo? What's his past? What's his background? What do we know
Right,
about
you
Han
don't-
Solo?
Nothing.
You know he's a smuggler. You know he's good at it. And then in
There's
the
a whole new
second movie,
coming out to
and then in the
explain all
second
that.
movie, you find out that he won the Millennium Falcon from another dude who ends up
We found out
betraying
he had a
him.
black friend. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You found out he had a black friend.
You know what?
And
And
in the
at that
third
time,
movie,
we
you
still
find
learned
out
more
that he's
about
not a
than we did
troll.
about fucking daddy issues, girl.
Nah,
We spent the
man.
whole time, my daddy's not a bad guy. We have to save him. That was the entire fucking movie until the end.
Batman vs Superman. Martha?
Really? That's your defense?
I'm just saying, it's equally as cheesy.
No, it's not, because that wasn't the entire basis of the fucking movie.
No,
That was
It was
Oh,
one
man.
line.
Well,
guys,
then
I figured it out.
I want to end this.
No, I figured this out. I have to say
I want
this.
to
I
end
have to
this
say
with
this.
something we can all agree on.
No,
All right, go ahead.
let me get this out. We've found the crux of Mike's problem. If it's a movie about daddy issues, he hates his dad, therefore he's going to hate the movie. If it's a movie about mommy issues, he's going to fucking love it. Because Batman vs Superman is a mommy issue movie, but if there's a daddy
that
issue
makes
movie,
sense. I love Empire Strikes Back, but that's all
Like, got insane
daddy
stuff.
issues.
All right,
Oh boy.
I'm gonna end the movie topic on something I think we all can agree on. Whoever decided to make the Emoji Movie should be shot in the head.
Wait, there's an emoji movie?
Yeah.
So you know what the best
It's
part of
like
that movie
Richard-
is? They somehow got Stephen Wright to voice the meh emoji. That is fucking brilliant. I don't know who was in charge of casting that movie, but you got Stephen Wright to be in a fucking animated movie, and it's fucking as a meh emoji. I'm sorry, that I
Like,
I
what
need
are
to
they
clap
just
for
like
that one.
inside the
movie's
phone?
gonna be
I'm
I'm
awesome.
raising my hand.
How does that?
So emojis, they're just gonna be outside, just their
No, it takes
personalities.
place-
I think
it
this
takes
movie
place
is
in
gonna
the
be
phone.
surprisingly kind of good.
So it takes place in the phone, and they break out of their apps and they live on the wallpaper because they have to save the system, like the operating system of the phone or something like that. Like it
That's
all
probably
takes
So
place.
it's Emoji-tron.
So it's definitely an Android phone then, because
Wait,
Or it could be an iPhone, because the only time you can use those is if you
I
fucking...
never brought that up. All
jailbreak
right, let's move
Yeah,
on.
here
to
it comes. Here it comes.
It's gonna be sponsored by Samsung and
so
explode
Mike,
at the end.
what TV shows you looking forward to in 2017?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
So what TV shows you looking forward to in 2017?
I don't fucking know. All my TV
Flash.
shows are getting ruined.
Really?
Fuck up to me!
Uh,
Back the fuck
I
up!
know I'm naming your shows.
No,
but-
because Flash, they decided to fucking just be like, oh, he's
Yeah,
stuck his
it's
dick in the timeline
terrible.
again.
It's terrible.
Arrow is actually starting to get good again, which is surprising after fucking two miserable seasons. Gotham's good, but I haven't watched that in fucking weeks, so I don't even know what the hell's going on.
It's not good.
I'm kind of interested in seeing that Powerless or whatever show that they're doing, where it's supposed to be like the insurance company that handles all the superhero damage. I don't know.
It's
It's
funny. So when they pitched that show, they were like, "It's going to be The Office meets superheroes." And then as it went on more and more, and people started like talking about it and getting like reviews back on it, they're showing less and less of the Office aspect. And I'm like, that was the interesting part. Like if you have these like
Yeah,
claims
okay,
adjusters and stuff out in the field the whole time, like it's not going to be as interesting as like if you could make like
no,
an
that
Office
sounds
style.
still kind of
like,
cool.
but like
I
that's
get
not
what
what
you're
you're
saying,
promoting
though,
it as.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think it's just the way they're promoting it, because the commercial and stuff is like real quick. It just like kind of flies by.
What's it called? Powerless?
I think it's Powerless.
I think I might watch that. That's
I don't know. It looks
It's
good.
got Danny
I'll watch
Pudi in
it.
it.
It has Alan something in it, dude
Wait.
from
Tudyk,
Firefly, and
Alan
yeah.
Tudyk.
Um,
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
He was the voice of
yes.
your favorite droid in Rogue One.
I know. He beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Danny Pudi, isn't it?
He already said
Danny
that.
Pudi,
Buddy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to think if there's any other shows really coming out that I'm excited for.
What about
Anything
shows
else?
where shows are renewing into that, like a show like Westworld that's gonna be coming back or something like that?
But will Westworld be
that's
coming out this year?
That's next year, isn't it?
I thought it was next year.
I thought they were gonna do another season.
I mean, I know that
Really
they're
don't talk
doing
about the
Game of
Gibbons,
Thrones this
Like
year.
everybody's looking forward to Westworld. Everyone's looking forward to Game of Thrones. Half of you idiots are
First
looking
Game of
forward to
Thrones.
The Walking Dead.
Woo! Fuck you.
Cross out Westworld here.
I
Is Westworld this year?
don't
I'm
think it is.
sure.
I thought it was 2018.
No, I think it'll be the I think it'll be the beginning of 2018.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it took them 3
Um,
years to film the first season or something ridiculous like that.
Oh, did I didn't realize that.
What is
Or it took a long
HBO's?
time to get made.
Where are their
I don't know
headquarters
if it
at?
was that.
Were you gonna go riot outside of it or something?
I'm gonna go burn it down.
There was one series on Showtime I thought was dead that's coming back in 2017's Homeland. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I always like that show.
When she had like the kid and started going crazy, it's just like.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
Once I got
I'm
rid
just
of
gonna go
Brody.
ahead.
Go ahead, Jamar.
Dude, that how he went away in that show, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Really uncomfortable saying. I don't really have much, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Walking Dead, fuck everybody.
Yeah, fuck all you.
And Rick and Morty.
Yes, well, that's not probably coming out this year.
No,
Yeah, it
they're
is.
saying
Yeah, it is.
It'll be this year.
It's
Yeah.
close. It's close.
I hope it is, but I have a
I think
feeling
like
because
April.
being
I
it
think
takes
like
them
March
so
or April.
fucking long because of all the hoops they have to jump through that.
I feel like the marketing is getting stronger for it. They're releasing more shit, so I feel like it's got.
I've only seen one thing for it, and it was like the hand drawn thing that
Did
they
you see
did.
the
Did they do a new trailer?
cartoon or like the snippet? Yeah.
Yeah, they did like a preview
Oh yes,
with
the
what we
8-bit
added in.
intro. I saw that, but I didn't think that was really anything other than
Which is
just
right.
You
No, they
shared
had,
that,
like,
and
they
I thought
put,
the
like,
end
a
would
whole
have given
clip.
me a date.
They put like a whole clip out that was like, I mean, it wasn't finished. It was storyboarded and voiceover. But
That's what I was trying to say. Is storyboarded.
Yeah, that I saw, and that's the only thing I've seen at all.
I just feel like
it
it's
was storyboard. It wasn't even like an actual like it hasn't been colored, nothing.
Well, I mean, they may be done and they're just giving, you know.
I feel like at that point they would have just released a teaser trailer.
So some good shit.
Regardless.
And that also
All right,
might be
Rachel.
the last episode of the season, you know, like whatever.
Yeah?
But
I mean, it's obviously going to be at least mid-season because
I also
Nick
watched some
Morty's
weird,
bitching
like-
about the fact that they've been going at it for nonstop.
Have any of you guys watched the there's like a 15-minute long like theory
Court case.
on like
Oh, on his self-awareness?
yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
yes.
wow, that's
Holy
that's
shit,
pretty
that
cool.
blew my mind, man.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. That
Did
makes
you guys
sense.
watch the
That's-
court case thing though? Well, the voiceover court
Yeah, the
case.
court case thing is
Yeah.
Fucking, I was dying.
Jason, have you ever
Jason
seen
like
Rick and
seems
Morty?
super confused. He's like, "What are these young whippersnappers talking about?
I know.
Who's
I
this
know.
Rick and Morty fella?"
I know of Rick and Morty. I've never really
Rick and
watched
Morty,
it.
what?
He's like, I know
you
Rick.
should. It's one of the best.
He works at the Taco Bell.
Weren't there a couple movies about those
Good
guys
stuff.
back in the 80s?
They're on that
Uh,
show, right?
All right, anyways.
All right, Wes, what about you? You got something different on your list?
Yeah, Rick and Morty was on there. So what I have on my list, I have a few shows. Obviously, you know, I have 5, I think. I'm really excited for Silicon Valley to come back because that show is fucking great. Like Mike
I've
Judge.
seen some episodes in it. It looks really good.
Oh my gosh, it's
You haven't watched
so
it?
good.
I've only caught like episodes after like I recorded Game of Thrones.
Top notch.
It was good. I
Oh
just
yeah,
never
it's
got to watch
great.
it.
And it ended great the last season, so I'm excited to see where it goes from there. Legion looks really good. That's gonna be this month.
I worry about that just because everything X-Men gets fucked. So I'm not keeping
We'll see. They're filming a Punisher TV series that's supposed to come out this year, and he was the best part about Daredevil season 2. So if they make
That's on Netflix, right?
so if they make it as dark as he was in that series, like that prison scene, for example, that'll be fucking great.
I just
I
hate
still
that
don't
guy.
do that
I
for
hate
10
Jay
episodes, though.
Barenthal or whatever his
Yeah.
name is. I fucking
John
hate him.
Strong.
Yeah, Shane. That's my problem with
Yeah.
that.
Shame.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got.
that
yeah.
dickhead who slept with his best friend's girl.
Isn't he big pussy or whatever? I don't know. I don't know.
Pussy.
I don't know. And I don't know.
In the
Defenders.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Defenders is supposed to come out this year. Who doesn't want to see a TV series with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil in one?
I still haven't watched Luke Cage just because.
I think most people haven't finished Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was good. It was fine.
Yeah.
I just don't see what you could really do a whole lot with a dude who's just like, oh, you can't break my skin. I punch things. Like it just didn't
Yeah,
interest
until
me.
they
watch
bring in
it
the
and find out.
Venus bullet. Fucking like.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Honestly,
like it.
if you
I
know
like
the
that
comics,
concept
you
of-
know his comics would be boring, and they wouldn't write about him if they couldn't add more to it than just an indestructible guy. You
you've watched-
obviously
I
know
mean,
that
they
there's
made a
other
fucking movie
stuff.
about a talking raccoon and a tree, so I then.
Why
they
are
go
you defending that, but you all about this Batman vs Superman movie?
Or it's Superman.
Superman's the same
bro.
shit.
Yeah. He can fly in Superman.
Man,
Same
Superman movies are so fucking boring. The guy just walks around and punches things, and you can't get hurt.
It's just it gets depressed.
No, he spends the entire movie
You know,
getting his ass beat.
I mean,
and-
at least Luke Cage has some fucking good music in it.
No one has mentioned this, but this is probably what I'm most excited for this year, and that's Stranger Things season 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Makes me
because
so mad.
oh my god, there's just so much.
That video they released today or
yeah,
for the
yeah.
awards yesterday.
She was rapping, which was terrible.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
awful. They're like, oh, and she's alive. And
So are they still going with like? I mean, this could have been completely rumor, but was it like so? To be set in still in the era of like.
I'm pretty sure it's continuing their story.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Because
yeah,
now they have to go
Still
find
the same-
Elle.
It's all the same
Oh,
people
Spoilers.
with some
Yep.
some additions.
yeah. And that one kid, he threw up at the end. Spoiler alert, but
Yeah.
Yes,
so
spoiler.
it's gonna be really cool because they also took off their fucking suits inside there, so it's gonna affect them too.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
know
wanna
what's
see how it
super
affects the
cool?
mom and
Did
the
you
cop.
see who they added that I'm like super pumped for? Because it brings like another level of like 80s nostalgia. Sean Astin is going to be in that fucking show.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like, and he plays
Okay.
like
Rudy.
yeah.
Yeah, I just
Rudy
watched
from the
Encino Man
Goonies,
today. It's
right?
fun.
Oh god, that's so good. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix now.
So, you know, man.
But yeah, so
Alright, that's
so was that
I'm
your
a
whole list?
weasel.
Jake, close us out on TV and we'll move on.
Wait,
Yeah,
it was-
so
yeah, okay, yeah.
I have a few.
Oh, was Wes done?
Yeah, I think that was the last one Wes had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, not mentioning the ones that you guys already. I am looking forward to Westworld. I'm looking forward to Rick and Morty and Stranger Things. The ones that weren't really mentioned that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to American Gods coming out as a TV show. That's going to be sick.
I was just reading about that.
I love that book.
It's
It's
on
one of my
Stark.
favorite books of all time.
It's American.
Top 3, yeah, American Gods.
That'd be the greatest thing
And
ever.
the other show I'm looking forward to is iZombie coming back. It's not back yet. It comes back. I don't know why it's so fucking delayed. But I'm looking forward to the next season of iZombie and the next season of.
Oh, they didn't do it this fall?
No, it got pushed
No.
back.
It's been gone for
Yeah,
Is it gonna
I
be
don't
like a
think it's
summer
coming out until,
series,
like,
or is it
April.
just
Yeah,
like-
it's they pushed it into a summer series. But yeah, and then The Expanse season 2, which starts up here soon. That I finished reading the first book and I've watched most of the first season, and I'm stoked for the second season because it's going to be insane. And it's one of the best sci-fi shows that they've put on air in decades. In terms of
what did I miss?
I wasn't
I
paying
think
attention.
what
Expanse.
show was?
The
Oh,
Expanse.
Expanse.
Mhm.
I thought you were talking about the Incorporate on Sci-Fi. Someone at work was telling me that was pretty awesome.
Sci-fi's actually been on fire lately. The Expanse is really good. Dark Matter wasn't bad.
Magicians is good.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it. I hated that book. I refused to watch it. Mostly because every time in that book, I don't know if the TV show is any better about it.
An hour ago.
But in the book, every time the character has 2 decisions to make, and you're like, oh well, that one's clearly the bad one, that one's clearly the good one. He chooses the bad one, and then he tries to like rationalize it like some way, and you're like, clearly you're just a fucking idiot. But
Yeah, it
that was my problem with
it
the
hasn't
movie.
done that yet, but
Or
the
the-
show's really good.
Okay. That was my problem with the book.
Yes,
They
there's
might
a
have
new,
fixed it with the
stuff.
writing of the show, you know, like not having it spelled out for you, like what are his choices, and like more of a visual representation might help with that. But those were the 3 shows that I'm looking forward to: Expanse, iZombie, and American Gods that haven't already been covered by everyone yet.
Yeah. There were 2 shows for the year I was excited about, but they're both on right now, and that's Sherlock and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, always
I missed
came
this
back.
Sherlock. I'm so pissed.
Well, it's still available.
I know,
Um,
but I still wanted to watch
Did you guys see that there's a new Star Trek show coming out this year?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Star
know
Trek
that it'll actually ever
Discovery.
come out. I'm not
I
counting on it
skip
actually
past
coming
it.
out this year. I think it's going to be next
It's
year.
supposed to come out in May.
I-
So
it-
May
Yeah,
1st.
they had a whole
First
thing
episode,
about
May
that.
They've
That's
had
like
like
NYC.
2 people, and they've been tossing scripts back and forth and saying they have it written, and then changing it up, and then changing what direction they want the show to go in. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets canned or pushed back way back. Because I mean, you
Yeah,
have the
thinking about that.
movies now, and like it's so hard to make a TV show. In like, is it going to be the Prime universe? Is it going to be a whole nother universe? Is it going to be the classic universe? Like, it's so like I don't know. They kind of fucked themselves with the movies. Not that I think the movies are good, overall, but we'll see. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Vice Principals.
Oh right,
Oh,
yeah,
let's
Vice
go back
Principals,
to-
yeah.
Oh, fuck. That ended incredible. I can't wait for that to come back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The one thing I noticed too, reading on this list, is that what is the? I guess Law and Order is getting replaced by Chicago, because now there's like Chicago Fire and Chicago PD and Chicago
It's a whole
Justice.
universe
Like,
of shows. It's really weird.
Yeah,
There's like a bunch of
it's
crossovers.
weird.
It's like the Arrowverse of Chicago.
yeah.
Chicagoverse.
But they even
those shows have been
cross
on
over
for
Chicago
years.
with Law and Order too.
They do. They just come back 3
All
episodes
right.
later.
And Jason, is there anything with Keith or Sutherland coming out that you're excited about?
Well, I mean, there's gonna be a new
Designated
season of
Survivor
Disney
was not that
Survivor.
bad. I actually liked
No,
it.
it was actually good.
It just seems like you love him.
I do love Kiefer. Well, there's 24 Legacy. I'm excited for that, even though
Yeah,
it's
Ice Cube, or not Ice Cube, but Dr. Dre is going to be in it.
Ice Cube.
it's
Young Dr. Dre. He played Dr. Dre in, NWA.
Yeah. I'm just I really like
Gotham
24 shows, so I'm kind of pumped for 24 Legacy. So hopefully it's good. But other than that, yeah, pretty much everything you guys talked about, I'm excited for. So let's move on. So it is a new year. Happy New Year, Jamar.
Yay!
Of course, everybody in the new year always has a resolution. Something that they want to accomplish in the upcoming year. I'll start with mine. I've decided that I want to try to cut some weight. So I've decided that this time next year I'm going to weigh 50 pounds lighter than what I weigh right now. So I'm working at that, and I'm sure.
Stay fat, enjoy your life.
An uphill battle.
We had a conversation the other day.
I
You only live once.
I don't enjoy my life when I'm fat, though. That's the problem. Because then
Quit walking upstairs. That's it. You gotta avoid
Do
it.
you have to have the
I
sleep
can't move the
assist
same
machine
way.
yet?
What's that?
Do you have to have the sleep assist machine, like the
Sleep
sleep apnea
apnea.
machine yet?
No, I don't.
Alright,
have
you're
that.
not
I don't
bad.
have sleep
I
apnea.
mean, that's when like quality of life starts to take the.
Although
like, you
honestly,
can be like,
That's when you're too fat.
if I actually was sleep tested, I would probably have it with the way that I snore. So I'm just afraid to do it. Anyway.
I mean, it helps a lot. I have friends who use it.
When I had surgery on my shoulder, yeah, right. When I had surgery on my shoulder, when I was like laying down, they said I wasn't getting enough oxygen when I was like laying there, like breathing. So
And then Jake thought you were 300 pounds when you sent us a selfie. Fucking
well, yeah,
drugged
'cause
up.
you're
He's like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know Jason was that fat. I'm
Not
like,
that
I'm pretty sure his arms and his footy, but
I'm way bigger than what I need to be, but I'm not that fat. But that's my resolution. Also, yeah, to be at work on time more. But anyway, so let's just move around the horn real quick. What else anybody got? Wes, you got one?
I didn't have a resolution for the year.
Cool.
I bet
Good.
your Mars is
Because I-
not get hit by a
great.
car this year.
I'm happy with everything in my
Actually,
life.
prefer to get hit by more
Good
cars.
skate drive this year.
They have a credit card or two. That'd be awesome. Hit by more cars. That's my resolution. No, I don't know. I don't think I have one that is that's serious. I would like to play as many video games as possible. Yeah,
don't you
more
know
than what
that?
I'm doing
You're
already.
getting older, man. It's gonna have to start to slow down
Never slowing down, man. Never slowing
until
down.
you have that baby. Swear.
Yeah, that's what Kristen's for. I understand.
Go take care of the baby.
It doesn't take two people to wash a baby. I
Hey,
understand.
Watch
I'm
baby.
gonna throw this out to get you prepped. It doesn't work that way.
You'll just do what I do. What I did, I always, like, when my kids woke up in the middle of the night, I would just have them cradled in one arm. I'd be holding the controller, playing the game.
You got the Switch coming out, remote play, it's all good.
Just put them in the rocker thing. You move that with your foot while you're playing.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Many times I've played Call of Duty with Mike while my kid was sleeping next to me.
Just give them an unplugged controller and say how awesome they're
I'm
doing.
pretty sure it doesn't work when they're like an infant.
Yes, it does. I was playing Nintendo before I was potty trained, so it
We'll
was.
just chew on the controller and ruin it. It happens.
Side note, guys, Jamar wasn't potty trained until he was 6.
I'm joking you.
Mario is at 64 and he's like, I'm a big boy now.
Yeah, jokes of you. I have died.
Mike, what's yours?
I don't have one because I just accepted I make poor life choices.
Find
Right,
a house.
kids.
Find a place
Yeah,
to
you
live.
quit Giant Eagle already.
New job, place to live.
Quit your job after like 2 weeks.
I think your New Year's resolution, Mike, should be to hold a job for longer than 6 months.
Hey, I have a new job though. It's not like I just quit that one.
This is the
Have another.
darkest part of the podcast ever. Jason's worried about.
Jason's like, I'm too
obesity.
fat, and everyone's like, get a job.
Mike's like, you gotta get a job in a home. You guys are depressed
God
about
damn.
children.
Yeah, fucking trying to ruin his life, trying to demand shit from mine.
All right, Jake, what about you?
I don't care.
Nothing. All right,
I mean-
He's
I
like,
mean,
I
like-
don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm
has
not.
no-
There's nothing in my life that I'm like. I usually my go-to New Year's resolution is like, hey, I'm awful at telling people I'm going to hang out with them, like sending them a text like, hey, we should hang out soon, and then not ever texting them again, for like 6 months. So like that's always my New Year's resolution. But
He's in another fucking state.
but no, like that's just like my thing. I don't know. I'm terrible with making plans, so that's always my thing. But it never happens. Like I'm always that way. I think I'll always be that way. So I don't
Cool.
really care.
All right.
Wait, you missed the question that was like, what are we excited for outside?
I
of
was just about to get there, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
jeez, quit pushing his fat around.
He had that already in the podcast phase, so I was like, let me say.
It's like, and next time on Fanboy Fight Club podcast.
Go ahead, Jason. Go
You're a
ahead.
terrible host.
No, I was just gonna.
You, Jason. Mike.
Fuck you.
So I was just gonna say, we'll just do a quick around the horn. Is there anything you want to do? Is there anything that you're hoping is different in 2017 than it was in 2016?
This is the year Betty White's going down. I'm throwing that out there.
I hope all of it hit by cars.
What you guys don't know is
Wow.
Betty White has been dead for years now. She's been
She's a Muppet.
She's like that Dick Clark robot.
Someone's hands up her ass, like talking for
She's
her.
a fucking Disney animatronics.
Oh man. Nah, I thought the
Here, man,
question
I'm
was
telling you.
like, what you're excited for in 2017. That's not.
I was excited for Betty White to die finally.
Yeah, I guess that's
All right, well, what do
It's
you
like,
say?
man, Hot in Cleveland was shitty.
Obviously, you got something to say. So what do you got? What do you got?
No, I'll wait till the end. Everybody else go.
I'm pretty sure it's to the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is your moment. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you guys realize that we're podcasting on the birthday or the of the iPhone?
No,
Yeah.
you're the only one who would know that.
10 years, man.
You're the only douchebag in this group who thought
It's
about that.
10
and has a
years.
Like when it
MacBook
was
camera.
announced or when it came out? Because this is like the
Like when it was
shittiest window to
announced.
put a fucking phone out.
No, when it was
Alright, I
announced.
was like, who releases a fucking new phone in January?
But we have come to the time where we are going to close the show. And the way we do that is with the only rule of Fanboy Fight Club is that you must talk about Fanboy Fight Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. Subscribe to our iTunes. Subscribe to our, if you have Google Play. Check out our Facebook. Check out our Twitter. Mike has his hand up. What do you want?
I have a question. Are we ever going to finish the super draft battles, or are you guys just going to forfeit to me so I can have the trophy that my girlfriend's making us?
Oh, she's making us a trophy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, then I'm definitely
We
not
can
fucking
finish it.
forfeiting because I'm going to make you fucking pay to send that to Arizona.
450 you. I was close behind you.
We're going to have to.
Sure, it was
we'll have
me
to
and Jake were
finish it.
tied, and you were like second/third.
We'll have to do a separate, next time we do a podcast, we'll have to plan to do that separate at the end.
Joke's on you. We can't even fucking do a podcast before 10 o'clock. We'll be here till 1 in the goddamn morning if we have to record a second show.
Well, maybe we'll go quicker through the podcast if we know that we have
Joke's
that
on you.
We can't even close it.
I know. All right. So, So check us out on our YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media outlet that you have, except for Instagram. I don't think we have one of those. We have an awesome website, fanboyfightclub.com. And yeah, that's about it. Anything I missed, guys? Anything I forgot about?
Subscribe on YouTube. I think you said that.
He
but
said
just
that.
I said
subscribe
that
on
you,
YouTube.
4
I know, I
times.
just
He
wanna-
said that at the beginning.
I'm
too.
just reminding people to subscribe on
3
YouTube.
times because
Yeah.
he fucked up the intro.
Don't-
The subscribe
subscribe
button is
because
actually
you have
located
cancels.
right below Jamar. It's literally right below him.
Just subscribe because you think it's funny for people to actually like us. Just do that. That'll work.
Yeah.
Ironically. Subscribe ironically, guys.
Subscribe by Ryan. We appeal to hipsters. All right. Thank you guys for joining us today. And you can catch us individually on Twitter. I'm at JT Hummel. We have Jake at _GhostCross. That's at _Ghost is
Casper.
Casper and Crosses and Jesus.
There
You have Mike at _ at Cult of Aggressor, Jamar at Macintosh Jamar, and Wes at The Only Wes Smith. So thank you for joining us tonight. This has been a complete clusterfuck at the end, but we appreciate it anyway if you made it this far. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good night.